All right, so I'm just going to do my daily watching the world burn update. I guess you all know that we're in a deep freeze, even here in Florida. Oh my God. And by the way, the DR heater, it hasn't kept up as well as I was hoping. It's 69 degrees in my house, and I've got it set to 74 because I'm a Floridian. I like it 80 degrees in the house, but I'll be turning it down. In fact, I'm just going to be chilling today. It's Christmas Eve after all, right? And I've been starved for news. I mean, I can't find out what's going on in the world because it is Christmas time. But I did want you to listen to the Duran. I've encouraged you to watch their channel on Rumble and YouTube. Probably two of the most intelligent geopolitical commentary that exists on the planet. And let's just let you know what's in your future. Here you go.
Oil price cap that they put in place in the ninth sanctions package, they've reached the limits of what they can sanction. Actually, Mark Rutte even said this as well. There was an EU commissioner that came out and said it. So
what they're pointing out here is that, we've reached the limit as far as putting sanctions on Russia to try to punish them, which is not happening because they're just selling their oil to China and India and everybody else in the world. The rest of the world is abandoning the Western nations, and as Biden leads us into probably catastrophe. But it is Christmas time, and I'm hoping that once this is all over, that we'll have a bright future. I would hope that the Americans will wake up and understand that you don't elect stupid people or brain dead people, or even a dead man in Pennsylvania. We elected a dead man in Pennsylvania. Your vote matters. Now, granted, there's a lot of shenanigans going on as we're finding out with the Kerry Lake trial. That's looking pretty good. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to make a prediction. I mean, the judge, I don't think whatever. Let's just let that play out as it plays out.
Where does this leave us?
Well,
because there's nothing more that the EU could do. I mean, sanctions level or an this economic war of attrition, it's over.
Yeah, it's left us in a total mess. I mean, you have people like Olaf Scholz, who admittedly is, well, maybe not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but even he is now admitting that, he would like to go back once the war and conflict in Ukraine is over. He would like to go back to the nice situation we had before, where Russian oil and Russian gas, comes westwards again and everything goes back to the status quo. No pity.
See, when you poke the bear, I don't think that the Western rulers, in their arrogance, understood that, tremendous amount of natural resources came out of Russia. And of course, blowing up the Nord Stream pipeline. By the way, the evidence is pointing to the British that did that. And thank God, not the United States. But I don't know. I mean, who knows? I mean, that's speculative. But there were British ships in the area, and the Russians have brought that evidence to the UN Security Council. It went nowhere. But anyway, I just want you to understand, we've backed Russia into a corner, and this is the result.
Nobody seriously believes that's going to happen. If you think it's going to happen, then you should just read what Putin has just been saying in the various speeches that he's been making. I mean, his bitterness towards the West, towards the Europeans particularly, he's snapped. He even, in effect, apologized to the Russian people. People haven't picked this up, but he even, in effect, apologized to the Russian people in front of the military at the Collegium of the Russian Defense Ministry. He said, I tried repeatedly.
Now, the consortium, if you didn't understand, that is the meeting of basically every military official in Russia. I think it's like 270 or more. It'd be like Biden sitting in front of our entire military and saying, I'm sorry. There is no peace. No peace with the West. All right, so let's just continue.
Build good relations with the West, with the Europeans, and I failed. Because it's impossible. Because these people will never accept us. They don't want us as, they don't regard us as civilized people. They don't want us in their so-called civilized world. So there is no going back to the situation which existed before. And I think that's a done thing now. I think we will never get oil and gas being supplied to Europe from Russia in the way that it was. But even allowing for that, by trying to impose this price gap, these price gaps, we've made things worse because there's internationally.
All right, so that's all that I can't borrow too much from other people's creative work. If you want to watch the Duran, go to Rumble and subscribe, and it's the Duran. But what he's pointing out is that there's no going back at this point. Russia's they got new markets. They're selling to China, they're selling to India, they're selling to Pakistan. Iran, I mean, you've got a whole new world alliance that's taking place. And, Europe just screwed themselves with their Western alliance with the Biden administration in the United States, because we have a bunch of idiots in Congress that just voted in $2.7 trillion in additional debt. And it's just debt. I mean, you understand you're printing fake money. If you don't owe gold, silver, platinum by now, I was just checking out the prices on SD bullion before I even made this video. I mean, you're looking about $24 silver, platinum. I do own a bit of platinum. I got it in various places. It's doing well. I mean, I'm glad to see it back up above $1,000. It's about $1,100 an ounce right now. I'm just trying to position myself for the coming economic collapse of the United States. It's inevitable. You have a complete political structure that is we are ruled by idiots, and this is what the American people have elected, and that's why I told you you have to pay attention to what goes on in the world outside of your family. I mean, I know your kids are most important, and it's Christmas time, and I'm not trying to be a downer. I'm basically, for my Christmas, I'm just going to chill. I'm actually going to watch some movies and just hang out at the house. I'm not even going to work out. I got no plans to do anything other than just enjoy the day. And Merry Christmas, everybody. By the way, that's, that's another thing. I guess I must be a right-wing lunatic, right? Every time I hear somebody say Happy Holidays, I want to just smack them in the nose and say, no, it's Merry Christmas. This is the time of Jesus. This is the celebration of Jesus's birth. Okay, and so when I hear somebody say Happy Holidays, it triggers me. It does trigger me to a certain extent. And of course, I just say, well, Merry Christmas. And that's how I respond. And I wish you a very Merry Christmas and this eve of the holiday. And I hope that you're not freezing to death right now. By the way, that's another thing that the Democrats are all for. These migrants are now freezing to death down on the border in Texas. There's just not enough blankets to go around. I've been watching the videos. They can't keep them warm. There's just too many of them. The shelters are full. This is the crime that the Democrats want. They want these people to die. Of course, the fentanyl coming across the border, they want those people to die, your sons, your daughters. This is what the Democrats are. Of course, you got the rhinos in the Republican Party. There were, 28 of them that voted for this omnibus bill that's bankrupting the United States. So, yeah, the uniparty is in effect, but as Dave Rubin says, you can't vote Democrat, but at least we can try to change the Republican Party because there is a little bit of movement there. Peace out, stay free, and I love you all, and Merry Christmas.